So, who really benefits from ICE terrorism, detentions, and deportations? Politicians have sold voters on the idea that immigrants are criminals, rapists, drug dealers, and child molesters in order to fund their campaigns and win elections. Then they take credit for crime going down, claiming it's because there are fewer immigrants in our communities, when in reality, it's been going down for decades. Since the early 1990s, crime rates in the United States have been steadily declining, and since around 2010, the prison population has decreased because of community powered reform efforts. So, if our communities are safer and if fewer people are being incarcerated, why is our government funneling billions of dollars into ICE, detention centers, and surveillance? Our tax dollars fund ICE and Border Patrol. When more money goes to ICE, policing, Department of War spending, that means there's less money for healthcare, schools, food access, childcare, and community care, programs that specifically benefited women, children, and disabled people. We know that the safest communities aren't the communities with more police, they're the communities with more resources. Safe communities have access to quality public education, grocery stores, good jobs, accessible housing, access to healthcare. These resources are being gutted to expand prisons and militarize our communities at a time when there is less crime and fewer people incarcerated. At a time when the prison population is declining, private corporations like Geo Group and Core Civic also see a decline in their profits. They have private detention centers like the one in Hudson sitting empty. Companies like Geo Group and Core Civic were built on mass incarceration, and when fewer people were sent to prison, shareholders saw their profits decline, so now they have to adapt. Also, private prisons should not exist. Bodies and lives are not commodities to be traded on the stock market. Geo Group and Core Civic spent around $3 million on lobbying the federal government in 2024, and both Geo Group and Core Civic made $500,000 donations to Trump's 2025 inaugural campaign, which is double what they gave in 2017. During the 2024 election cycle, Geo Group and Core Civic contributed around $4.5 million to candidates. Geo Group and Core Civic lobbyists went to Washington, D.C. and sold lawmakers on a campaign strategy. Detention centers as job creators for rural communities and mass detention as proof that the politician is tough on crime. These corporations give hefty campaign contributions to both Democrats and Republicans. The politician gets elected, and in return, funding is approved for multi-million-dollar government contracts paid for by taxpayers and awarded back to those same corporations to then lock up said taxpayers, primarily those who are Black, brown, poor, or have a disability. In December 2025, estimates show that around 70,000 people were detained. That means for simply having a body in a bed, private detention centers could rake in around 11.5 million taxpayer dollars per day. It's abundantly clear that this is not about keeping our communities safe. It's about shareholder and corporate profits and keeping politicians in office on the back of criminalizing immigrant communities because right now, that's what pays.